Hey Gary, how you doing, man?
All right, Seb, how are you day today?
Well, it's okay. I have not been getting a lot of sleep the last couple of nights because
Yeah,
I've been working hard doing real estate deep into the night, which is sometimes required.
yeah, it's one of those times of the year, right? And everybody wants to buy and sell.
Yeah, there's a lot of well, I mean, like I don't want to say there's a lot of buying and selling going on because we're still way down volume wise from where we were like a couple of years ago, really, and we're way down from like where we were like 10 years ago, right? I mean,
Yeah,
the dot-com bust, right? I think there was like probably like 70% more transactions going on than there are right now. So it's definitely
true.
a challenging time to be a realtor, especially to be a brand new realtor. I mean, imagine trying to get into the business right now.
Very true. Yeah, yeah, you're right.
Very challenging. But luckily, you and I were here to help with that. So,
Yeah, yeah, but also I think this probably is the best time to get into the business. If you make it now, you're good for the rest of your life.
that's right. Well, it's also a good time in some ways because other realtors are getting out of the business, right? I mean, like even longtime realtors are like hanging it up, right? They're just like, whatever, this is too much now at this point, right? So, and I really think it's a mindset issue, really, because the reality is that people are going to buy and sell houses no matter what the market is like, right? I mean, good market, bad market, people usually only sell when they need to sell. Usually it's not like an elective thing, like also my house is like some life event happens, like marriage, death, divorce, job loss, job promotion, whatever, grandkids, something happens and people are going to sell because it's the right time to sell or the right time to buy. So all those doomsayers, I mean, like business is still going to go on, it's going to change, but that's okay. Change is inevitable, right?
True, very true. Yeah, those
Very
things
true.
always happen, and people always buy and sell. So if you stay in the business long enough, you're always going to have business.
That's right. If you stay in the business long enough, and you can get today business, and new agents, hungry new agents, they always want to get today business. And so, what we're doing here is all about how like a new agent can, get business quickly, on day one, and not have to wait a year or two to get going, which is what happens for most agents. So today, I thought we would talk about using video in the business to get business. How's that sound, Gary?
That sounds really good.
All right, it looks like you're walking somewhere. You're
I
walking
am.
somewhere, but your background isn't changing. It's it's a neat
That's
trick.
yeah. Okay, I'm back.
All right. So I have a YouTube channel, and I've had that now for I don't know 4 or 5 years, and actually this is my second YouTube channel. I had a YouTube channel before that, and I've been doing video now for whoa man, so like it's got to be like it's got to be since like 2012 or something like that, 2011 maybe. I mean, like when videos sort of first became a thing, I was there, and I would always do these real estate market reports, right? And I'd do a few other videos, but that's what I would do. And I didn't do more than like maybe one a month, right? Something like that. And I never really got that much traction with my old channel. And my new channel, I don't really get a ton of traction. I mean, like it's moderately successful, but it's not like a raging. I don't have like hundreds of thousands of viewers or anything like that. But it's video can be a very powerful way to get business. And actually, I think that there's a way more powerful way to get business than what I am doing, which is basically I'm doing traditional. Because I'm a traditional guy, man. I'm a traditional old white guy. I mean, like we're old and not very avant-garde, but the kids these days, they are not doing traditional long form video like I do. Not all of them, some of them do, obviously, but there's a lot of basically shorts, right? I mean, we're talking reels, we're talking shorts on YouTube, and we're talking TikTok, and these are very popular ways and to actually get a following on social media and get a buzz going around what you are doing. And the nice benefit of using shorts and Instagram reels and TikTok is that they are all going to be very compatible, right? Like it's easy to move one media to the other media. So like if I make a traditional long form video on YouTube, it's in landscape orientation, right? Well, that doesn't fit on TikTok or Instagram Reels, right? It needs to be portrait mode, right? So when you are cutting these videos for those platforms, they all, you can move that same content to all three of those platforms very easily without a lot of work. And the other great thing about YouTube Shorts or TikTok or Instagram Reels is that they are super easy to do, right? They are only a maximum of, I guess, well, I'm not sure if the maximum, here we go. I know that the maximum on YouTube Shorts is 1 minute. I don't think there's really a maximum on TikTok necessarily.
Well,
Maybe there is.
I
Is
mean,
there, you know?
well, I don't think so, but I mean, you don't want too long anyway. So
You don't want too long anyway.
you want
Actually,
30
so
seconds, that's it. About 30 seconds.
yeah, so actually, yeah, 30 seconds. So I know a guy, and he has helped a lot of people get very successful on YouTube Shorts, with YouTube Shorts. And he said, do not ever have it be more than 30 seconds, right? That's too long. And actually, it's kind of hard to like get your message across in 30 seconds, right? I mean, like it does take some kind of art and skill in order to like make a compelling message in that short period of time. But it sure is a lot easier to edit, right? Like when I'm editing like a 10-minute video, man, it might take me like, and I'm a crappy video editor. I'm non-professional. If anyone were to look at my YouTube channel, you would instantly agree that I'm a hack, right? But nevertheless, I do some editing in Final Cut Pro. But when you are doing these short videos, you can edit them just on your phone, right? You don't need to take it off your phone in order to edit them. You know, there are good short form video editors out there like CapCut. Have you ever played with CapCut, Gary?
No, I haven't.
Have you heard of CapCut?
Yes, I have.
It is a remarkably powerful iPhone app or Android app, I guess. And I mean, it does automatic captions, it does automatic effects. They have like a plus, they have a free version and a plus version. And the plus version has like more effects and transitions and more, you know, whiz bang features. And actually, I don't know how much it is. It's not very much. It's like $50 maybe for it's probably a subscription. I don't know, but it's not a ton of money, like $50 a year, maybe. I really have no idea.
Yeah.
But you can do pretty amazing videos with CapCut just on your iPhone. And then once you make it on CapCut, you can upload it to YouTube, TikTok, and Instagram Reels, and Facebook also, actually. So it's a really powerful tool. And when I have done the short form videos, those are the ones that actually end up getting like, and it doesn't happen all the time, but it's happened a few times at least. And I haven't done that many, where I'll get thousands of views like in a day or two, right? And it's really hard to get like a YouTube video, for me anyway, unless you have like a huge number of subscribers, to get thousands of views in just a few days. Because in today's world, who has time to watch like a 10-minute YouTube video, right? Do you have time to watch a 10-minute YouTube video, Gary?
Well, you'd be surprised. If I like the topic, I watch it.
Actually, I myself watched the 20 minutes of a 30-minute YouTube video today. So, but so people do, obviously, right? But people are much more likely to watch a short video.
Yeah, I think the long form video for our business is better. First of all, it's searchable, you know. The short form, it just comes and goes, you know. So you can't, I don't know if you can search those or not, but long form, people can search you, they can watch your video, they can go back.
Yeah, so the short form videos are all about one thing. They're about building an audience, right? They're not really anything beyond that, I don't think. They're just supposed to build an audience. And so like the short form videos on my YouTube channel, they help me get subscribers to my YouTube channel, which is, I haven't done one in like a year or whatever. I'm just, you know, like I'm too busy or whatever, you know, like I need to hire somebody to do this for me, but I'm cheap and, you know, don't want to hire anybody to do it for me. But that's actually what drove my subscribers. I would get a lot of, like, when you get like a short form video and you get like 1,000, 2,000, 3,000 views in like a day or two, you're going to pick up subscribers, you know, you're going to pick them up. Right. And that's what people want on Instagram and TikTok as well. You want to have followers. And by creating this catchy content, you will get followers. And that is how you can begin to build a brand, right? That is how you begin to build a brand. But I think that one thing that people need to keep in mind when they're making all these videos is having a call to action. Are you familiar with a call to action, Gary?
Yeah. So what's the call to action on your short videos?
Well, I haven't done any in like a year, and I didn't really have a call to action because when I was doing the short form videos, it was really more of an experiment, right? You know, and but a call to action would be message me now, right? Call me now, you know, whatever you want to do, right? Basically, you need a call to action is like an instruction to the person who's watching to take some kind of action, and that action is usually, you know, click this link, hit this button, you know, make a comment below, right? Those are all calls to action, right? Because you want to basically get engagement with your audience. And by having a call to action, that is one great way to get engagement. And, you know, like share this video now, right? That might be a call to action. Like it, that's a call to action. Subscribe, that's a call to action. It really is important in order to build your audience. If you do have to if you add these calls to action into your video, super important.
Yeah, some of them that I noticed, they say type the word ABC in the comments to get something, I don't know, to get some information or something like that.
Yeah,
Like,
so actually, good point, Gary. So like, you know, a traditional way of like getting leads online would be to have people fill in a form, right? You know, like here, fill in this form, name, email address, and phone number. But that's becoming harder and harder for people to like do, right? You know, like I mean, it's the same hard it's always been, but people are, I think, increasingly reluctant to fill in forms online. But having a short thing like just type in, you know, type in whatever, type in yes if you're interested in the comments, right? That basically is a way of, you won't get their email address, but you'll get their handle, right? You know, you'll get
yeah,
their, you know, you got their DM, right? And then
yeah,
once you have that, once they say yes, then you can message them directly, right? Not actually on the comment of the video or whatever. You can message them directly and say, okay, well now give me your email address and phone number, right? And maybe they do, maybe they don't, right? Maybe they blow you off at that point, right? But I know anecdotally from third parties that that's actually what's working for a lot of people.
yeah. You can do that with Instagram and Facebook, but YouTube, you can't do that still.
There's
Like,
no direct messaging on YouTube,
yeah.
right? Yeah.
So with the CRM, you can actually capture those leads from Instagram and Facebook Shorts, and you can message them back, and you can ask them for their email or phone number, whatever you want.
Right. And so what you're talking about is you're talking about using Go High Level to do that,
Yeah,
right? So you
yeah.
connect your Go High Level. Does Go High Level integrate with TikTok?
It does, but I haven't played with it.
You haven't played with it. Do you have a TikTok account?
I was trying to set one up, and they kept telling me I needed some kind of code. I couldn't figure it out. So
So are you a boomer? Are
I
you
guess
are you a boomer, Gary? How old are you?
I'm 55.
You're 55. I'm 53. So we're not boomers. We
Yeah,
are Gen Xers.
yeah,
So that's good. But I feel more like a boomer all the time, right?
yeah.
So yeah, I have a TikTok account, and I need to put some stuff on there. I haven't posted anything on there for forever.
Mhm.
But another thing you can do actually, so they have these like if you do make these longer form videos, and you'll see that a lot on YouTube, especially, you'll see cut down versions of it. Right, you'll see that somebody went and they cut down like just like the highlights. You know, like here's like one clip, here's two clips, here's three clips, and they'll
Yeah,
take those clips and they'll post them onto YouTube as well to get additional views on their channel, right? And to get additional likes and subscribes. And then those clips you cut out, those ones you can put on TikTok and Instagram. And actually, there's a website. You know this website where actually it uses AI to like pick those clips for you.
really?
Yeah, yeah. So you can basically you can, I don't know if you give it the YouTube URL or you upload the file. I think you give it the YouTube URL, and it loads up the video, and then it analyzes the video, and it takes like a few minutes, right? It doesn't happen right away, right? But it basically, you know, you check back like in 5 minutes or whatever, and it'll say like, okay, here are these like, you know, 3, 4, 5 sections that I think would be a good short form video, right? So I don't know how it does it, you know, and it doesn't always do a perfect job, right? But out of the 5 that it picks for you, you know, 1 or 2 will probably be good, and then you just hit download, right? And then it's cropped and it's in you know, a portrait mode, right? And you just hit download, and then there you go.
Oh, is that Opus Clip, something like that?
Something like that. Yeah.
We need to look into that.
Yeah, I should look into that.
Yeah, for our videos, we should see if we
For
can
our
get.
videos too, for these videos too, right? Yeah, I mean, like, there's so many things we should do, right? And we're not doing them. And part of my reason is that, of course, I'm kind of busy, and there's only so much time in the day. But nevertheless, I think that is a great way to grow your brand. Um,
True. Well, let's talk about the videos that you say you've been making these videos for about 3 years now, 4 years.
well,
Your new channel?
actually, almost 5 years now on my new YouTube channel. Yeah, I've had that
Okay,
for like 5 years.
but you have gotten deals from it, right? People recognize you from the YouTube.
So I have never had anybody reach out to me because, well, that's not true. So I have had people reach out to me from my YouTube channel, but not to buy or sell a house. They've had questions about certain issues that I've addressed on my YouTube channel. And so they'll call me and ask me like, hey, what should I do about this? What should I do about that? Blah, blah, blah. And because there are people from all over, they're not just people in my backyard who I could ever help, right? There are people from, wherever, because YouTube is a global platform. They're mostly, I mean, all in the US. I mean, I get a lot of people from Pakistan or whatever wanting to like edit my videos or whatever, right?
Oh
But
yeah, of course, yeah.
in terms of like people here, I do get questions about my videos, but the video is extremely beneficial for lead nurturing, right? Because here's the other thing
There
that
you go. Yeah, that's
does.
the part that's what I'm trying to say. Yeah,
It makes,
you also use these videos in your blog, right?
so I use them all. I use them in my blog and my email, and basically, but what it does is it makes you an authority, right? So my people on my database, which in a previous video we mentioned how important it is to have a database and always be directing content towards your database. I have people all the time who tell me, hey, I saw your video, love your video, like, oh my God, your video is amazing, like I shared it. And my videos, by the way, are not amazing, right? My videos
But you
are,
don't know that. You don't know that.
well, I mean, they're not like the big YouTubers, the big YouTube realtors who have like a big YouTube realtor would have like 20 or 30,000 subscribers. That would be a big YouTube realtor. And that is not very big for like, I mean, like Marquez Brownlee, that guy has like 30 million subscribers, right? That's a YouTuber, right? So like when a realtor has a lot of subs, that'll be like, 20,000 would be like a huge number for a realtor, and I have 2,000 basically, right? So that's not a huge number. I haven't really tried to grow it lately, but I probably should try again to grow it.
Yeah, that's just the type of business we're in. Nobody looking to buy or sell real estate under the age of 40. Anyway. So
yeah, and it's interesting because YouTube will show you the demographics of who is looking at your channel, and my demographics are it really is, I think it starts at 35 or whatever, right? So
yeah,
I'm 35 to like 60, and it's overwhelmingly male. It's strange, I mean, because like women buy and sell real estate too, right? But most of my viewers are male for some reason.
yeah, they're watching those other shows, cooking shows or whatever.
Right. Well, I mean, who knows? Who knows what's going on? I'm not a sociologist. I could tell you why that is.
Yeah.
But it does certainly help to build authority, right? It really helps to build authority. And
that's what I think, because what happens is people, every time you advertise anywhere on Facebook or Google, they want to Google you before they click on your ad or before they take any action on your ad, right? So if they Google you and you show up on YouTube, that's,
authority. And actually, so I told you I just put this deal in contract last night where I was working till 11 o'clock last night, and I brought the buyer and the seller, right? So how did I get the buyer? The buyer, he found me because he was interested in the property, and he put in the property address, and then he found my page on my website, amazingly enough, through SEO. It's a miracle that because I'm competing against Zillow and Realtor.com and Compass and all these, it's hard to like rank, high, because obviously those guys will be first. But my page on my website for my own listing was like, I don't know, 7 or 8 on the list, right? Pretty amazing. And it was on the first page. And he found that listing on my website, and he called me up. He called me up out of the blue. And he said, hey, I want some information on buying this house, right? And I got a lot of calls on that house, right? So I'm like, whatever, like, hey, how you doing? Anyway, long story short is basically he's decided he wanted me to represent him, and talking to him yesterday when we wrote up the offer, he mentioned that the reason why he felt comfortable working with me was because he watched my YouTube videos. He said, I said, yeah, he did. He said, yeah, I watched a few of your YouTube videos, and I really felt they were very helpful, and I really feel like you're an honest guy.
Yeah, so I mean, you are getting deals from YouTube. You're not going to get that many at this point because you don't have that big a following. Once you grow, I think you'll start getting more and more deals.
Well, it's like Gary Vaynerchuk, right? You know Gary Vaynerchuk, of course, Gary V.
Of course.
Do you know how he got started?
Yeah, something like that. I'm making some kind of videos about
Wine Library TV, and you can go look at it. The YouTube channel is still there, or last I checked, it was still there. Wine Library TV. He was trying to sell his dad or his uncle or somebody. They had a wine business, right, in like New Jersey or someplace like that. And Gary V said, I have an idea. Let me just review these wines online, right? And so it was very simple. It was like him in like a warehouse or something. And he set up like a card table, right? And he had like a backdrop or something. And he would get like one bottle of wine or two bottles of wine, and he would open them and he would pour them into cups. And I want to say they were plastic cups. I mean, I've only watched a few episodes of it because these are like way back now. These are like at the dawn of YouTube, right? And so, and he would basically just review these wines online, right? And make a video of them, right? Not very exciting content, right? Because when you're drinking wine, if you're just sitting in front of a backdrop with a card table and there's only you and a bottle of wine, how exciting can that be, right? But he would just go and spin his bullshit. Maybe he's a wine expert. I don't really know, but I don't think he probably was because he was pretty young at the time. Anyway, so he would do them, was it every day? I'm not sure how often he did them, but he did a lot of them, right? And he did a lot of them, and he basically began growing the audience. But one thing he said, which has always stuck with me, because I read his book, like Crush It or whatever book. I read one of his books, right? And he said that he didn't care if only one person saw his video, right? So long as that one person found the video to be interesting, right? So like he wasn't worried about getting 100,000 people to watch his videos. He was only said, listen, I'm just gonna do it one day at a time. And if every day I find one new person who's gonna watch the video, right, then that is gonna help me in my business, And it did, because his wine thing went on to like, they sold millions and millions of dollars in wine, and then he launched his whole career, right? But I think that one of the key lessons that we can learn from Gary Vaynerchuk is that it's consistency, right? So that's one thing. If you're going to be successful with video online or any kind of social media online or email marketing or anything in this business, really, it is being consistent, right?
Yep.
So like the other day, not this last Monday, not 2 days ago, but a week before, it was like Monday night, and it was like 8 o'clock at night, and I'd had a long day, and I had just like finished writing a counter offer, like whatever I was doing, right? And I closed my laptop. It was like 8 o'clock, and I was tired because I get up at 5 or whatever, right? So like that's almost the end of my day, right? And so I was like, oh my God, I didn't shoot my video for tomorrow morning's email, right? And so I'm going like, but I promised myself that I would always get that video out. I would always get that email out. So 8 o'clock at night, after working like, 12 hours basically, right? I got up and I went in and I cut a video, and I stayed up until like 11:30 that night. And I did it, because if you are trying to build an audience, a lot of people who are really expert in this will tell you, you have to be consistent about it, right? You have to do it all the time, because people are going to be expecting to see that. You might not believe they're expecting to see that, but they are expecting to see that. And the only way to truly get successful at the growing your audience or getting people to want to tune into you is by being consistent. And that's what Gary Vaynerchuk, said, and that's how he became so successful, was basically being very, very consistent. And whether it's making videos or posting on social media or blogging or cold calling people or door knocking or whatever you're going to be doing, consistency is really what's required in order to be successful at anything. Well, I don't even care if it's real estate, like whatever you're doing in life, right? If you're a burger flipper, You need to be consistently flipping those burgers. If you don't, you're going to get fired, right? It's like
Absolutely.
time on task over time, right? That really is what being successful is all about.
Absolutely. Absolutely. Just do one thing, you know, 1,000 times better than everybody else, right?
Well, I don't think you even have to do it 1,000 times better than everybody else, because one of the other keys to success is just showing up, right? Like 90% of success, I think, is just showing up. Like if you show up and other people don't show up, which most other people don't show up, and they don't show up consistently, right? Just like being there, just having my email with my video in my client's email box or my audience's email box every Tuesday morning at 8:30 a.m. Right? That's the deal. That's that's the deal that I have, right? And
Yeah.
once in a while I'll screw up, but pretty rare, because I'm pretty I'm pretty diligent about it, but sometimes it might be like 9 or 9:30 or something like that. I might go out late once in a while. Actually, I was hearing that you should actually stagger the times, because the spam filters learn that it's a marketing email. If it's the same sender every day, the same time, they're saying like you should actually vary it up a little bit so that they won't think it's the spam message or whatever. But who knows? That's another day. But just being that consistency, right? I think that's key. And it's really hard, especially when you are new in real estate, to be consistent, right? Because you don't really, like, it's so hard to get traction in this business.
There's so many people telling you what to do, right?
Well, they're also telling you to like go to this dumb lunch and learn, right? Go to a title company presentation on 1031 exchanges, right? I mean, like, there's so many things that go on broker's tour, right? Go see these open houses. I'm not saying any of these things are bad things, but all of these things are dessert, right? All of these things are things you can do after you've done the things that you've committed to doing, right? And don't chase the shiny object syndrome, right? Don't make one video or 2 videos or 3 videos or 10 videos and then stop making videos and then start door knocking, right? You need to pick something that you're going to do and do it consistently and over time, right? Don't expect in a week or a month or even a year, because this is a long-term business, right? I mean, like, business is a marathon, it's not a sprint, right? So you need to think that, okay, I'm going to start doing videos. I'm going to do them. Is it every day for you? Can you do a short a day? Or is it like me, who does one long form video a week, right? And maybe a couple more thrown in, but that's my promise to myself, is that's what I'll do.
Let me ask you now, can we put this in our marketing package? Maybe we can give people the video script, what kind of video to make, like something like that.
Well, actually, I have a big long list of videos to make, as a matter of fact, and they didn't come from ChatGPT, as a matter of fact. So I have like when I need to do a video, like I have like a running list of like video topics to make, and that would actually be a good playbook for us to make. Your video playbook, right? And
There you go. We can kind of give them some pointers, how to make a video or whatever, what equipment to use, what to do.
Right. Well, exactly. And when to post and where to post and all that stuff. So that actually would be a great video playbook. We should add that to our list of playbooks. And that's a tremendous idea, Gary. That's actually a great idea, because I really do believe in video. I really do believe in video. Like I just told you, helped me get this client just the other day.
Now that I'm thinking, I think this should be the first thing realtors should be doing. Any new realtor, this should be the first thing to start off with, videos.
Well, this should be the second thing they start off with. The first thing they should start off with is building their sphere of influence, getting their contacts, right? Yeah. Finding out who their sphere of influence is and reaching. But once you have your sphere of influence together, start sending them videos.
Yeah.
Right? Once but it's really important. I can't stress that enough. You definitely need to have your database together, even if it's small. Small is fine, but you need to be consistently sending to these people all the time. And video is a great way to reach them, because it's something that they can watch on their own time, right? They don't need to watch it the second you send it to them in their email, or maybe you text them a link or post it on their Facebook wall or whatever you're going to do, right? Video is something that people can consume at any time they want to, right? And that makes it so great, but it can be fresh and topical too, right? So
yeah,
that's a great idea, Gary. We're going to add that to the list.
Yeah, let's make a playbook so we can offer that to new agents,
Well, Well, I think they would find that very valuable, because video is a tremendous tool. But again, you have to be consistent about it. Don't just start and do 10 videos and stop, like I did with my shorts, right? I mean, like, find something, make a commitment to yourself, and do it. It's time on task over time. Do that consistency, and I think that you will be successful with it. I know you will be successful with it. But Gary, guess what, man? We're out of time, buddy. That's
All
it.
right, well, let's do it again.
All right, let's do it again real soon. What do you say?
All right, later.
All right.